What's up, church media pros? Today I'd like to talk about LED stage lighting for your church. Welcome back to Church Media Pro. My name is Aaron Ward, and on this channel we talk about all things church media production and advertising. Today we are talking about LED PARs for stage lighting, and in particular I'd like to talk about front stage lighting or front lighting in your stage rather than just backlighting. I'll talk a little bit about backlighting, a little bit about effects lighting, but most of all I'm getting into the point where I'm going to be ordering some new stage wash lights, actually wash and spotlights that I'm going to be implementing in my church, and I want to give you my information that I've got in order for you to make a great decision yourself. So let's get on into it. Show you my screen here. This is what we currently have, guys, and these have been pretty decent. I'll say it. I will say that it's underpowered for what we would like to be doing, especially now that we have an LED wall in the back side of our stage that we have to run super low because of the brightness level, the overall brightness level of these PARs. They're the Slim PAR Pro H USB from Chalvet, have been fantastic, and in fact will continue to be fantastic as backlights, and we're using these for backlights currently. We're using them for side washes, we're using them for front as well, and so I think we've got something like 12 to 16 of these running as front lights right now. But what really drives me crazy from a video professional background is that they're just not bright enough to get a great picture on our live stream. And so we're going to be updating with these next lights I'm going to talk about in a second. I don't want to jump too far ahead, although I'm very excited to talk about what's coming next. So the Slim PARs, great power for what they are. They just don't go the distance, and that's what you get when you have a PAR light rather than a Fresnel light. And I'm going to be talking about Fresnel specifically in a second here. The power output, you know, if you even look at this, it's hard to even find it on here. You got to scroll pretty far. So I don't even know. I haven't looked at this in a while, to be honest, guys. So 99 watts, pretty significantly low in comparison to what I'm going to be getting into, and I'll show you in that again in a second. But and beam angle 24 degrees and field angle 41 degrees. So these are pretty washy. You know, they're kind of, I would say they're more on the wash side than they are on the spot side. Definitely going to give you a wide enough angle, but they're also not super consistent. They're almost in between, guys. So the lights that I'm currently looking at have a very nice wash of 15 degrees angle and a very nice spot of 50 degrees angle, and anything in between, it's focusable, and that's what a Fresnel is going to give you in comparison to just a straight up you know, straight up PAR can. So these have been great. They're RGB AW plus UV, which is fun for youth events and these things. We're gonna miss that a little bit. We're gonna miss the fact that we can do RGB because I will be buying strictly either daylight or tungsten valued lights. Now we will keep a couple of these in our truss system just to give us a little bit of color occasionally, but for the most part, guys, I highly recommend you don't need, and I can't stress this enough, you don't need special colored lights for your front light. In fact, you want to avoid that because you're going to be wasting you know, wasting really money, wasting power, wasting a lot, because you don't want skin tones that don't look like skin tones in your front light. Something that I've learned a long time ago, especially with video, is if you hit somebody with a color that's not skin color, it's gonna look weird, especially in a stage environment where you want people to look normal. Now, it's very different in you know, a commercial setting or a high fashion photography setting. You can get really creative with color on faces and skin, but when you're trying to recreate normal looking skin color, and by normal I mean, you know, the spectrum, right? Versions of the color red, really, and that's what the base color of your skin is, because the base color of your blood is red. So it actually comes through your pores. You get a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, and everybody has a that's the main color that spikes if you look at a color meter when you're looking at skin tones. So I would highly recommend you go with tungsten on these guys. I think tungsten look better as front lights. If you're going with anything with backlights, I recommend you go the opposite. Go with a daylight backlight with a tungsten front light, and you're gonna have just a really nice contrast between those two. But we'll keep these SlimPar Pro H USBs for our backlights, and we can do blues, cyans, you know, red if you really want to for your backlight, and so on. So I recommend having fun with color with your backlight and keeping your front lights pure. So what we're switching to, guys, and this is what I'm really excited about, these are probably a little bit under the radar for most of you, and it took me a while to find them, to be honest. So the Intelitech company has been around for a while. They do make these overseas. The manufacturer, I just got off the phone with one of their sales guys. They manufacture these overseas. I am assuming they're either China or Korea, but they are based out of Colorado. So they're really great to talk to. I talked to Aaron on the phone. Funny enough, you know, we share the name. Anyway, he backed up my assumptions, backed up my research, and said these do great, especially at long throw distances. And that's what really failed with the SlimPars. The SlimPars do not throw long distance because their wattage isn't high enough. 99 watts versus, I believe these are 350 watt. Power consumption is 400 watt. The light levels that you're getting are, from what I've done in research, is about 350 watts as far as that sort of, you know, power consumption goes from you know, what you would think you would get out of an LED. So we're talking, you know, if you're into video, we're talking about the I'm sorry, I'm gonna look at my light because the aperture 300D, right? If you're familiar with video lights, the 300 watt aperture 300D is going to be the most similar as far as light quality and as well as throw distance. So obviously beam angle is going to change, and in fact you can get an aperture 300D with a Fresnel attachment, which makes it focusable, which is pretty cool. And I actually looked into that as a possibility. I wanted to look at the pricing, and this is kind of what made the difference for me, and really what not only the difference, but the so not only pricing but form factor, guys, because these come with ballasts that are detached from the light and are more of a video light. Now the pricing is actually relatively close. However, if you add the Fresnel attachment, it's an extra $120. So you're going to be in the neighborhood of $1150, $1170, somewhere in there. And now the Intelitechs are coming in at a currently discounted price of $1,000, and that is a fantastic price because if you go to B&H and look these up, so they actually do sell for $1,650 on and these are the daylights, not the bicolors. So you can actually get bicolors, and they're a little bit more expensive. But the daylights, which is the same cost as the tungstens, $1,650 on B&H, and direct from the company you're looking at $1,000 currently. Now, so if you're looking at these, jump on them quick, guys. I think they're gonna sell really well. In fact, they have had previous versions of this light sell out really quickly. They tend to update the lights pretty often. It's as far as you know, similar to that of aperture. You know, you have the 300D, and now you have the 300D Mark II. These sorts of things. They had a Light Cannon 500, a Light Cannon 300 before, and these sorts of things. So anyway, this is what I'm switching to. The reasons why: the 15 degree to 50 degree DMX changeable, and that's a big change versus the Aperture 2. You're going to get DMX capabilities right here. You're also going to get the PowerCon flexibility of daisy chaining these, which is fantastic because a lot of lights, in fact, the lights, the SlimPars that we currently have are daisy chained as well. So it's going to be a really easy switch out. They have yokes on them. The Fresnel, they come with the barn doors, guys, which is fantastic. Get to shape that light a little bit. Oops, I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, with that, guys, I want to say thank you so much to Intelitech for being so supportive. This is not a, I'm not supported by them in any way, but they've been fantastic on the phone, and have given me a fantastic option for my lighting update at my main campus. I'm going to be moving all my slim pars to our satellite campuses, and that's what has been the biggest change for us and the driving factor in this change for us. And we look forward to being able to give a better live stream experience to our satellite campuses, and I'm so excited to get these in. One last fact that I wanted to mention beforehand, I did on the phone today call, and they do have a 30 to 45 day lead time because they do production overseas, and they do produce these to order, just depends on quantity. So I'm going to be ordering 10 of them at once, and they want to know 30 days ahead of time at least. We're hoping to get these in before Easter, guys, so we can launch our new satellite campus on Easter. So I'm hoping they come in on time, and I'm waiting to get confirmation for them that that's going to happen, but they've been so great on the phone. They're going to call their manufacturer from the factory. They would like to send me them direct from the factory. They said that could get me a whole 2 weeks off of the shipping time if they go direct to us rather than going direct to Colorado and then coming back. So anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. Let me know what stage lights you're using in the comments, and God bless.